Yeah.
Well, since I just found this out about 30, well, I found it out literally like 5 minutes before I called you. I'm still trying to find it.
All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're going to go ahead and get started with our press conferences here this afternoon. We are now joined by Cole Custer, driver of the number 00, Stewart Haas Racing Ford. If you have a question for Cole, please raise your hand, and we will get a wireless microphone to you. Who would like to start us off? Start with Zach.
Zach Sherrill with NASCAR.com. Well, coming in here, obviously last year Riley had such a strong car and really more field to a certain degree. Do you feel like Stewart Haas still has that same sort of power where a run like that is something you guys could replicate?
I think so for sure. I mean, we've Riley had speed here in the spring, and we finished second here in the spring. So, to win by I think 14 seconds or whatever he won by, that'll be tough. But I feel like this should be a really solid track for us. So we have a great notebook here, and we should be able to hopefully have a good points day.
We'll go next to Dustin.
Cole, last year you led a bunch of laps in this round, but didn't necessarily get the finishes. How do you feel like this round sets up the 00 team?
I think great. I mean, I think the mile and a half's been really solid for us this year, so we're looking forward to it. I think Vegas and Homestead are really good tracks for us. Martinsville has been at times a good track for us, and you never know with that place with how it gets at the end of that race. So at the end of the day, we just need to go out here and have some solid days, and I think we'll be where we need to be.
Tuesday you're going to NXT. How excited are you for that?
That'll be pretty cool. I'm not positive what the plan is yet, so we'll see if I'm gonna have to learn some wrestling moves or what I'm gonna have to do. But it's been really cool working with CW and the NXT. And having the wrestlers at the racetrack at Kansas, so it's been cool working with them.
We'll go to Holly.
Hi, Cole. Holly Kane with the NASCAR Rider Service. I wanted to ask you, I think looking at this round, there were maybe some drivers that people would have expected in advance that did not, and maybe some that did that you weren't expecting. How does, or does it even play into anything that you do whatsoever, maybe with people you weren't expecting that you would be challenging for the championship with this late, or does it even have anything to do?
It doesn't change things too much, really. I mean, you just go about your business and maximize your day as much as you can. So I wouldn't say it really changes us very much. But at the end of the day, there are really 8 really competitive teams that are going for 4 spots. So it's going to be tough no matter what. I mean, this round's always tough. I mean, with how competitive the teams are in it. So you really have to, it's very easy to get too much this round and make a mistake, and you just have to make sure you just maximize your day and don't put yourself in that situation where you're in a must win.
We'll go to Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Cole, what surprised you about fatherhood?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like obviously the sleep is tough, I mean, having to figure that all out and everything, but it's just nonstop, I mean, it's definitely, you always have something to do, it seems like, and I think you just get more and more of a rhythm with it. And my wife, Carrie, has done a great job with it, adapting to it. So, unfortunately, she's not here this weekend because hard to travel this far. But it's definitely it's hard because you're not there with them all the time. But I think it is it just really shows. I mean, how great a job my wife does taking care of him, and I think it's been really great so far.
What's the baby story? The latest baby story you're telling everybody?
Well, taking him to Charlotte was really cool. We got to go to the Roval. One thing that's been tough is our dog ate a part of his baby bottle, and so she had to have surgery to get that taken out. But so that was interesting. But it's been great so far.
And I also wanted to ask you, looking back at last year, what did winning that championship mean for you?
It was huge. I mean, I think just having that on your resume kind of, can quiet a lot of people about, what you can do behind the wheel. So I think, a lot of people can't say that they're a NASCAR champion. So it's really a huge deal for me. And I think there's no reason why we can't go back to back here and have a shot at it.
So because you already have that on your resume and because you're moving up next year and going back to Cup, I understand as a competitor you want to win whatever's next, but what would a second championship victory mean? Because I'm guessing it'd be something significantly different than what last year's meant.
I mean, I think it would just be another kind of statement, but I think at the end of the day, too, you just don't get many chances to win championships, So to have 2 years where you can go win championships and hopefully go back to back, I mean, that's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. So you have to give it everything you got. And I think all our guys have earned it. And I think everybody at SHR who has been a part of this deal, I mean, everybody in that shop on the Cup side, Xfinity side has touched this thing. So to win would mean a ton this year with everything that's going on.
We'll go back to Zach and then up to Chris. Or we can go to Chris first.
ChrisMackActions.com. Cole is the mustache been good luck so far during the playoffs? How long will you keep it attached?
It hasn't been bad. I mean, we went to Bristol and we won, so then I had to keep it from there. So Bristol was good and it was solid through the first round. So hopefully we can just keep riding it out.
Does a wife like it?
Yeah, she wanted me to do it, surprisingly. So it's been good.
Cool. I'm curious, with knowing that you're going back to the Cup Series next year, have you taken any steps to get in the sim and kind of sharpen up on some of the next gen stuff with as different as those cars are, or at this point is it all eyes on the Xfinity Series Championship and that as the sole?
I mean, there's definitely been little things to try and get ahead on, talking with my crew chief for next year, Aaron, on how to go about things and, how our processes are going to be and how, different things that I like in the car and don't. So I think that's been a little bit, but at the end of the day, we are just super focused on this year and trying to finish it out strong. So that'll come in the off season. It'll be a really busy off season to put all that together how we need to, but I think right now we're just focused on this championship.
Any final questions? We'll go to Kelly.
Cole, when you talk about trying to maximize your day in this round, of course a win gets you to Phoenix, but if not a win, do you guys have a points number in mind that you'll try to aim for each weekend? Is there something that you guys can kind of shoot for? If we do this, we should be in good shape?
Not really. I mean, I think you maybe start overthinking it a little bit too much at that point, just because you're going to go out there and maximize whatever you're going to maximize. And so having a point number that you're trying to hit, like that's a little bit tough, So you just try and maximize what you can and don't put yourself in any really bad spots. And your speed's going to end up wherever it is, and you're going to end up where you end up. So you don't get desperate till you get to Martinsville, and you kind of sort it out from there.
What's that emotion? What's that feeling, knowing that I know what it's like to be there and to win it, and now we're so close to being there again compared to maybe last year just trying to get to Phoenix, if that makes sense. Can you compare and contrast what it's like as the reigning champion trying to get back?
I mean, I feel like it's almost tougher, because everybody expects us to be the champions and expects us to be there. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's 8 really solid teams out here that can go out there and, it's going to be a tough round. So we just have to maximize our days and take it one step at a time and see where that gets us. But it's not going to be easy, and I don't think it was easy last year for us. So it's kind of similar, I feel like, in both years.
With Riley now out of the championship hunt and Chase Briscoe, if you look at the Cup side, you're the only SHR car in a championship contention. Typically, when we talk about teams dropping out, they can then help teams that are still in the hunt in the same organization. With the situation at Stewart-Haas, is the impact that other teams in the organization can help you less than if we weren't seeing the shop close at the end of the year?
I think it's all similar. I mean, I think everybody's put a lot into our program, so I think going for this championship and being SHR's last year, it means a ton for us to have a shot at this thing. So I think everybody's going to give it everything we got, and there's no reason why we can't go out there and compete for it. So it definitely means a lot to this whole building.
We'll go back to Dustin.
How much of a jerk do you have to be in this round on the track?
That's the thing. I mean, I think that some people think about it that way, and that you have to be more aggressive and more of a jerk. But I think at the end of the day, you just have to go out there and maximize what you got. You know, I think you put yourself in those situations where you try and be aggressive, you're giving yourself a 25% chance of wrecking probably. So at the end of the day, you just try and go out there and maximize your day, you know, cross the T's and dot the I's. And from there, your speed's going to end up wherever it ends up. You know, if you don't have what you need, it's going to be what it's going to be. And hopefully it's better the next week. But you digging yourself a hole, trying to be aggressive and then wrecking for one spot, you know, that's how you put yourself in a must-win situation, in my opinion.
And on the dog story, is that your dog? Is that Honey?
Yep.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a Portuguese water dog, kind of like part of the Doodle family a little bit. But yeah, she's all good. She's recovering. So, but yeah, we had a little bit of a scare there.
When was that?
A week and a half ago, right before Charlotte.
Part of the.
Yeah, it was like this part of the bottle that like goes in the center of the bottle. It's hard to explain, I guess, but it's like this piece of rubber, but it was too big for it to be in there, so we had to get it taken out. Thanks.
Any final questions for Cole? All right, Cole, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, guys.
All right, there's the checkered flag. Great job, driver.